Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Hootie London. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders. This is one of the Sigma Chi boys, I believe. His name is Seiled. Allegedly. Seiled is the same person that the police, the undercover police on the banned field alcohol minor stop, basically stopped them. He was the guy who was above 21 years old. He said he did not know the other boys, which I do not believe him. The other boys didn't even know where they came from. They said they came from a party. Saeed was the one who was watching some concerning pictures on his mobile device. And in these pictures, you see him with different people in the Sigma Chi. Boys, you see even Ethan's brother Hunter there. And I'm just wondering, where was he coming from when the police stopped the 3 minors and him? I'm still trying to investigate the Sigma Chi fraternity boys, if they had anything to do with this, because of the Fortune posts. Maybe there's nothing to it, or maybe there's something definitely to it. So this is how he looks like. What is strange is, if you ask me who has bushy eyebrows in this whole scenario, I don't believe Brian Koberg has bushy eyebrows. I would say he has big bushy eyebrows. But that's just my opinion. What is really interesting is, from the beginning of this case, the police has always had Kaylee Congalvis and Maddie Morgan as timeline right. You can see 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Kaylee and Maddie were at the corner club at Main Street. 1:40, Kaylee and Maddie were at the grub truck. 1:45, Kaylee and Maddie were at their residence, but her sister cleared that by saying it was 1:52 or 56 that the girls entered the home. But the ones timelines that do not make sense would definitely be Eaton. May rest in peace, and Xana. May she rest in peace. May all the 4 victims rest in peace. Condolence to the family. So I'm still trying to find out the correct timelining for for Xana and Eaton. What happened at the Sigma Chi? They were supposed to be at the party between 8 to 9. So where were they after 9 to 1:45? We've heard allegedly that Eaton was his sister Sarah's date, and his brother Hunter was Sarah's roommate's date. What happened after that party? Did they go home? Because Anna was telling her father that she's going to order pizza and stay at home. That was 12 at midnight. Is that the reason they're keeping Bethany Funk's timeline and statements sealed? Because Bethany Funk was in the Sigma Chi that whole night till 1 a.m. And I remember there were many people in the beginning of this case who were quite confused, who thought that the two Jacks was the same person. Hoodie guy on the left is John Jack Showalter Jr. The one on the right is Jack D. And I'd really like to know Jack D's timelines too. He said he was sleeping. He said he went home, he was playing PlayStation, and then he fell asleep. And he did not know about the murders until the next day. He didn't even call Kaylee and Maddie's family to inform them. I remember we saw this clip in the beginning of the case. This is when the police originally believed that the murders happened between 3 to 4 a.m. If you look on the right-hand side, the bright light over there was a lot of discussion if that was a car near the girl's house or if it was one of their room lights on. But I really believe it was a car. I'll show you. You'll see the car light where the arrow is. It's up there. You can see it's getting brighter and brighter. Yeah, you see there? And this was around 3:14 a.m. at night. So I don't think that we'll see the car light on the left-hand side. So if you go according to the affidavit, it couldn't have been Brian. Because Brian was seen at 4 to 4:20. And I really don't believe that the timeline that we have been given is the correct timeline. I think it all went down between 3 to 4. Look at the car light. See, you can see the cars going down the hill, it looks like. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the right angle. This is the daytime picture on the left, and then you have the other picture on the right where the undercover police were. So I'll just show you whereabouts it is. It should be somewhere around there where we can see the light. So let's follow the light now, yeah? All this is happening at the same time. So you can see the car light, the bright light on the right-hand side. The car's actually coming down. And when it moves, you see the flash moving. So it couldn't have been the girl's room. I believe it was a car light. And all that was happening while the undercover Banfield stop was under progress. You can see the light there. Yeah, there. I wanted to show you all this picture too. You can see the Kings Road house if you pass those cars and go upstairs the steps. But the reason I wanted to show you all this picture is if you look at this tree house, that is where the light captured the four figures running. So you can clearly see that they came from the Kings Road direction. And that is when the Banfield alcohol stop was going on. So could this just be a coincidence that from 3 a.m. at night up to 4 a.m. there was a lot of things going on, especially between 3 to 3:30. We saw the flash of the car. We saw the four figures over here. The light over there behind the trees is the one that caught them. Then we had the Banfield stop. These were the four figures that were running. And you can see the light over there. That was from the tree house. They were coming from the direction of the girls' house, allegedly. When you count them, there are four figures. I don't understand. They go front, then they go back. Is it because they saw the police? Let's count. 1, 2. Let me go back. 2, 3, 4. At times it looks like it's 5 figures, but it's 4 actually. So where did they come from? And why were they running? I honestly believe that this is all related. Those 4 figures, they look like boys actually. Those 4 figures and the ones in the alcohol minor body cam footage. The more I go to this case from the beginning, I'm not saying Brian Koberger wasn't there. He's from Pink there, so he had to be there, but I don't believe he was there at the time of the murders. I'm being frank. The more research I do, see this is the daytime picture, so they would have been near the tree house. The police were standing there. Those figures came running from there, and then they passed that brown house. And they must have crossed the road and gone to Sigma Chi. So they were running from there. You can see directly from the girl's house. You remember it by that white car actually. I don't think they were ever investigated. Everyone was ruled out. That was the thing. So you can see that light, yeah. That's how I remember. Yeah, you can see that light. The figures were running there. See, you can see them running. Let's count them again. 1, 2. Let me go back 1 second. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're actually running. Look at that. I hope Ann Taylor brings this up in the trial. This is all dodgy, fishy behavior. Why would they be jogging or running 3:30 at night? Where did they come from? The Fortune Post said that they would do it within 19 minutes. Nobody's going to take their phone with them. And when the light switches off at the girls' room, they were going to go and do whatever they're going to do, unfortunately. See, you can see them. There are the figures. So you can see them closer here. I can count 4 heads. Let's try to brighter colors. One, two, three, 4. They look like 4 guys. It's hard to see, but one of them looks like they have long hair. This was one of the articles where it was written that Xana speaks to her father, Jeffrey Conodle, for the last time. He mentions that she was hanging out at her home with a boyfriend. That was 12 a.m. So Xana wasn't supposed to go out. 1 o'clock, the 2 surviving roommates arrive home after being out in Moscow community separately. So was someone waiting for them at home? Could it have been possible? 12 a.m. So Xana came home at 12 a.m. Why did the police say that the surviving roommates, came home at 1 a.m. first? Something does make sense here. It's not adding up. But I don't think Xana's father would have any reason to lie.